Hello friend, welcome back. In your previous video, I have discussed about which essential software will be needed for this session, right? So now in this video, I want to install one of the fresh project as a Laravel fresh project. So right now here we don't need this. And also we don't need this, that will be database will be needed. And now I want to create one of the fresh project. So now I want to go to Laravel official website. And here from to this position, I want to create one of the fresh Laravel project. Okay, so if you go to the documentation, into the documentation, Laravel latest version as a 8. So now I want to install this Laravel, one of the fresh projects. So here you can see that now you can actually install it a standard of the Mac OS and also install via the Composer. So friend, I want to install Laravel, one of the fresh project with this via Composer. So if you click it on here, it will be redirected to the installation via Composer. So if you want to install it via the Composer, make that sure you install this Composer in your system. So if you want to check it, if you go to your main run and the command prompt, so into the command prompt, if you search with the Composer and then -v, click as a enter. So right now which Composer you are actually using, it should be displayed. You can see there's a Composer version. Right now I'm using as a 2.0.9. So if you are using that old version Composer, you can also update it. So it's very easy process. Here only you have to use that as a Composer and then the self, okay, self and then update and then double hyphen as a 2. Okay, if you are using that one version, from to the one version, if you want to change it to the 2 version, just simply run that Composer self update, or rather than you can also allocate it a specific the 2 version. Okay, so with this you can actually update it. So it's totally fine. So right now I want to first of all install that Composer for you. I have already installed it, but right now if you want to install it from the fresh, if you go to that getcomposer.org, and from here if you go to that download, so that is also one of the command line. Okay, so with this command line you can also install that Composer. I show you. For doing this, right now as I told you, that is I have already installed that XAMPP. When you install that XAMPP, there is our local host and there is our htdocs, right? So htdocs is the main root directory of your local server. So better for this project, I want to create another folder as a project 3. Okay, I make it as a pro 3. So I have already created the 3, so better I want to use it as a 4. Okay, so that will be as a pro 4. So this type of one of the folder I have created as a pro 4, and here I want to install first of all the Composer, and then we have to install that Laravel fresh project. Okay, so if you want to create it, so here in particular that area I want to simply run at the cmd. If you open it, so that is our command prompt. Okay, so into this command prompt, that is actually our appropriate file location. Here I want to install this Composer. So I simply copy this. Okay, so if you already install it, is totally fine. Rather than you can also install it with this command. I copy it and then here I simply paste it. Okay, so if you paste and then the enter, then automatically you can see it's now created as a composer setup.far and there is a composer temp.far. So it's now downloading this file. So it's may take little time. You can see it's successfully done. And then there is a unlink the composer setup.far. So there is the composer setup.php. So here we don't need this. So if you want to unlink it, click as a enter. Automatically it will be gone from here. Okay, so now our Composer set up successfully. So friend, that's all you have to do. So I have already installed it as a Composer setup file. So now I want to create one of the fresh project. So if you go to the Laravel official site and there is a installation via the Composer. So I have already installed that Composer. Right now I want to create one of the project. Simply I copy it. I copy this command and then here I simply paste it. Okay, so there is a Composer, create the project Laravel, and that will be your project name. So right now I want to change that project name. Here I want to create one of the new project name as a passport. Okay, or pass. Okay, so right now for better understanding, I'm actually using only as a pass. Okay, so this type of one of the project folder, it will be created. And now let's do that work. If you now click as a enter. Okay, if you click as enter, it will be downloaded all that file from to the internet, and it will be created one of the folder name as a project name as a pass. So here you can see it's now created one of the project folder name as a pass. So friend, it may take little time. Okay, so I'm using that Composer 2. Composer 2 is very fast. It may take little time. Make that sure you are connected with the internet. So when it will be done, then I will come back again. So friend, here you can see our Laravel project created successfully. So in our backend, we'll use that Laravel, and into the front end, we'll use that React. Okay, so here I successfully installed that Laravel package, and that is actually our folder, right? So you can see it's downloaded all that our file, which is totally fine. So now we have to change that directory. So that is a cd means that change directory. So change directory our this project name. So I have already created our project name as a pass, right? So now we have to change that directory. So now that is our pro. So into the pro 4 I have created this folder as a project name as a pass. So now we have to change it. I just simply add a cd as a change directory and our folder name as a pass. Click as a enter. You can see it's now redirected to our project, and there is a folder name as a pro4 to the pass. And after that, I want to run our server. So if you want to run this server, that is a command line as a PHP artisan serve. So I copy it, and after that I want to paste it as a PHP artisan serve. So then it will be actually give our development server URL. So that is our server URL as this one. So better I copy it. And now if you go to your browser and if you search, if you click it on here, yes, you can see our Laravel package is successfully installed. So right now we are using Laravel 8.40.0. Okay, and now our my PHP version as a 7.4 is totally fine. So we have successfully installed Laravel package, and also we are able to access it with this PHP artisan serve. Okay, friend. So now I want to add this project. I want to add this this folder in our sublink text editor. Then that will be better. So it's very easy. You can also find out this folder from here. Either then you can also drag and drop. So simply take it and add it in particular that position. So now all that folder, now you can able to access it from here. Okay, and also they have one of the file as a .env, and into the .env, that is our database connection. So this database connection also will be needed. We have to create one of the database. As I told you, when you install that XAMPP, make that sure you run that MySQL. So when you run it, then you will be able to access this PHP my admin. So into the PHP my admin, right now I'm my version. You can see my version as a 10.4.14. So it's totally fine for me. And now I want to go to that database. I want to create one of the new database for this project, and I name it as a pass. Okay, I name it as a pass, the same name, or better I want to make it as a passport. Okay, so that will be better. So I name it, our database name will be as a passport. So now simply create as a create. Yeah, you can see our database created successfully. So now we have to configure this database. So that is our database name. I copy it. So now in our .env file, into the .env file area, you can see by default Laravel provided one of the database name as a Laravel. So right now I have created one of the new database name as a passport. Okay, and then our DB username as a root, and password, I don't have any password. So if you want to check it, it depends on your server. So right now if you go our main server, into the server, if you go to that account, that is user account. So if you go to that user account, you can see my username as a root, and into the password they have no password. Okay, so that means that is totally fine. By default my username as a root and password is totally empty. So friend, that's all you have to do. So now I simply click as a save all. So that's all. So here I have created one of the database. So now if you go to the database, and I have created one of the database as a passport. Okay, so here we will actually install our passport package, and here we'll migrate all that our database. So don't worry friend, step by step everything will be more clear to you. So now if you go there, click as a refresh it again, everything is great. So next video I want to do, right now we don't need this. If you go to that Laravel official site, into the official site they have one of the package. You can see that is a packages. So for the authentication, you can use that JStream. So right now I want to discuss about that passport authentication system, which will be very interactive, one of the things. So in our next video, I want to install this package as a passport package, and how can install it, and how can create some of the APIs, and how can display all the things with the React. Step by step, everything I will show you with the live example. So thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.